Hello and welcome to Some Bits of Formula One. I am David and I'm here with my friend Miguel, and we are going to talk about our predictions about the 2024 season. Um, do you want to start with, I don't know, our team's prediction?
All right, seems fine to me.
Okay. Want to
How do
start?
we do the how do we do the mechanic? We say our top 10 and then we say our full top, or we do 10, my 10, your 10.
I think we can do your 10 and then my 10, but starting with the back markets first.
Oh, okay. Right, so for the constructors championship in top 10, I think it was pretty obvious for me, but I've gone for Haas.
I like that prediction.
Yeah, I mean,
It's it's the same
even
as me,
their
so
team principal has said it that they were gonna end up last. So it's not surprise for anyone.
it's almost like my prediction. The start is the same. I don't know the rest, but for now,
I mean, I thought and I predicted that we were gonna give Haas the last place in constructors. So
yeah.
right, so do I do we do that now? You do your 9 and then mine,
Okay, okay,
and we go alternating.
okay. Well, my number 9, the the team with a lot of controversy right now, with their sponsors, with casinos. I don't know. Sober. Right now, no, not a stake kick F1 team. Sauber.
Yeah,
I
I've
mean,
also put Sova in ninth place, or stake of one team kicks Sova.
right now we have the same prediction, so
Yeah,
two out
but
2 out of 2.
I, I've made a risky decision in my prediction, so I think
Ooh,
we won't make something the same, you know?
my risky prediction is in the drivers championship. So
No, I had to be coherent with what I predicted in the constructor championship, and therefore both of mine are very risky, and I think I won't even get the 50% of it. So
I don't think so neither. So
okay, so the two last were pretty straightforward.
yeah,
For the eighth place, I've gone with Williams.
another one,
Oh my
another one.
god! I mean, the back of the grid is pretty easy to know who's gonna end up last. It was just a
Yeah,
matter of how to sort them.
yeah. I think that Williams is going to be down, but not so much to be on the last places.
Yeah, I think although Williams is in eighth for me and for you, of course, I think they're gonna end up with a lot of points just because of Albon and
Yeah,
well, Sargent. I mean, he could achieve 1 point or two, but I'm not. I'm more confident in Albon rather than in Sargent.
I think Sargent, just because it isn't his rookie season, is going to score a lot of more points. just just
Oh,
because of the practice.
I mean, it could be true actually. A lot of drivers tend to score more points in the second season.
I'm I'm a little. I want to know what Piastri is going to do, because his rookie
Oh
season
my god.
was splendid. So let's see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves because we have to talk about Piastri later
Yeah,
on
yeah.
on the video.
Okay, so my number 7, Another one with a strange name, Visa Cash App RB.
Oh, we get to the first difference.
Toro Rosso, Toro Rosso.
I've gone with Alpine.
Oof, I like that. I like that.
I was really having a really dilemma with me with myself because I didn't know if I was gonna put Visa Cash App RB in this place in seventh, or I was gonna put Alpine, but I've decided to put Alpine Renault because they fail a lot of the test crashes, and I don't know, it with a new team principal, it feels that oh man, it feels like they don't have the confidence enough to pull up a very good season for me.
I mean, mm, Toro Rosso, I'm going to call them Toro Rosso because it's easier and their livery is just like
Yeah,
the
it's
Toro
what
Rosso
everyone
one.
is
So,
saying.
no, Franz Tost retired at, at the end of last season. So, new team principal is a junior team. So, it isn't going to be the same uh, as a proper team. And I don't know. I think Sunoda, yeah, Sunoda is a good driver, but I think Alpine has a more competitive pairing.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty agree the same with you, but just because of that lack of confidence they gave both in 2023 and in the preseason, this 2024, that's why I put them on seventh. But yeah, it's what you said, barely.
Well, another day, another difference.
Well, so I think we're gonna get another difference because in sixth place I've gone with Visa Cash App RB.
And I'm going with Alpine.
we switch places, didn't
Yeah,
we?
I, I don't think that we have to say why. I think we said earlier.
Yeah,
So
we've explained it with
yeah.
our last with our position in seventh.
Well, it's time for the good ones.
Oh man, the very risky one for me.
Yeah, yeah, really.
Yeah, a lot.
Okay, okay. Well,
And I know a lot of people's gonna get mad over me, but keep in mind that
same,
this is my
same.
opinion. And I don't know. What's your top five?
My top five: Mercedes AMG Petronas F1 team.
Oh my god. I've gone with Ferrari.
Okay, okay. It's yeah. I understand that
Yeah.
really.
I with your prediction in fifth place, I think I can know what's your top four. But
Probably
I mean, what can I say about Ferrari and Mercedes?
everything
Yeah, I mean, with the
right
departure
now.
of Hamilton to Ferrari, I think both Hamilton and Sainz are gonna do whatever they want because they have no future in their current teams, so
Yeah,
they won't listen to team orders.
I mean, at Ferraris, it's going to be a lot of team orders, and Sainz probably isn't going to to do them. But at Mercedes, I think that to Hamilton, I don't think they are going to give him a lot of team orders. I think the reason why I put them in fifth is because Hamilton's departure, I think, is a signal about how fast they are going to be. I don't think they are going to be fast enough
Yeah, yeah, I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but if Hamilton's contract ended at 2023 and then he resigned 2 years and now isn't going to end that 2 years at Mercedes, I think that the car is slow in
Yeah,
terms of
probably.
Hamilton's in terms of Hamilton, because I think last year a lot of podiums and he didn't he he didn't want to drive the car, you know.
Yeah,
It was slower than Formula 2 for him, so I think they are going to be low, but not as low to be a back marker.
yeah, I agree with you, and I'm gonna give my the same reasons for when I predict for Mercedes. But the reason I put Ferrari in fifth is because the team orders. They're
Yeah,
gonna ask a lot. Carlos is just gonna do whatever he wants, and I think that'll probably benefit him because he'll be more competitive. But at the same time, they're gonna ask Carlos to let pass Leclerc, and he's gonna say, "Oh, I'm not gonna do that," and that's gonna cause a lot of conflict
stop inventing.
on the team. Stop inventing, yeah.
Okay, so what's your number 4?
My number 4 is Mercedes.
Okay. I've gone. I don't think you know who I put fourth. Aston Martin,
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Lance Stroll. You know, I don't.
yeah, yeah. Lance Stroll is the impediment for the team to end up way better than they are.
Yeah,
Uh, I don't know. My reasons to put Mercedes in fourth are what you said.
yeah,
Hamilton seeing that the car is not as fast as he wants, he's not gonna be able to. I mean, he could do a lot of podiums with the Mercedes because it's still a very good car, but it's not as good as a Red Bull or a McLaren right now.
yeah. I mean, I I don't think that I have to give much reasoning because Lance Stroll. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
he's a
it's
good
just
driver.
Lance Stroll.
He's a good driver, but only when he wants.
Yeah, when
Only
he's injured.
when it's raining. You know. Well, it's time for
Your top three?
the big three. Okay, I'm going to. Okay, number 3, Ferrari.
Oh, yeah. To be honest, I thought you were gonna say Ferrari was fourth and Aston Martin third, but it's logic what you said. I've been more optimistic with Fernando Alonso, and I've gone Aston Martin as third in the drivers on the constructors championship.
Okay, I haven't gone very optimistic on any of the drivers because I think we are going to have on these last years of the of the of the new rules. I think we are going to have more fights for the championship. So
Yeah,
it's right there, and the Ferrari third is just like Sainz is going to score the points he can, and Leclerc is going to do the same. So no team orders, just two drivers performing at the max level.
yeah. I see your point, and I understand why you put Ferrari in third. On the other hand, I've gone for Aston Martin third, just because Fernando Alonso, because Lance Stroll, well, we talk about him. Fernando Alonso,
It's going to fall.
don't fall, Fernando.
Okay.
I mean, what can I say about the Samurai? I think he's gonna drive a very developed car compared to how he ended in Abu Dhabi in 2023. And he's gonna be able to do more podiums for sure. And who knows, maybe another win, the 33rd.
We'll hope. We'll hope.
I think the second and first place are the same for us.
I think
But
so.
let's see, because in second place, I've gone with McLaren.
Yeah, McLaren. McLaren. It's
I mean,
it's the only reasonable answer for the first one.
what?
It's the only reasonable answer because the first one is going to be Red Bull, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, we can just say it right now because
Yeah,
Red Bull is Red Bull. They have the best engineers, they have the best everything.
but they have better. So it was a prank. He's good. He's good. He
Yeah,
wouldn't have ended in Red Bull if it hasn't been for his Bahrain win at 2020. So
yeah. I mean, both drivers are so talented in Red Bull, but you know, compared to Max Verstappen, as everyone does,
yeah,
Checo's nothing, to be honest.
but not Checo. Not I don't think anyone that have competed against Verstappen is at the same level. I mean in the same team, because I think that Hamilton, Verstappen, and Alonso are three of a kind.
Yeah, but yeah, being with such a competitive driver alongside in your team is tough. It is very tough indeed.
Yeah, that was the reason that Norris didn't enter Red Bull, as he had said, no?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and
Well,
I have to give my sincere opinion. I like that he hasn't gone to Red Bull.
yeah,
And
he was
well,
going to end like another second driver.
yeah, everyone's a second driver compared to
Yeah,
Verstappen.
if Red Bull signed one of the big three that I mentioned earlier, they will have some battle. They won't have a first and second driver, but I don't think they are going to sign anyone.
Yeah,
I mean, Hamilton is in Mercedes for in Mercedes, sorry, in Ferrari for 2025, and I think Alonso is going to stay in Aston because I think they are going to do well this season.
yeah. I hope for Fernando to be in Aston Martin because I think he has saw in the team a lot of potential. You know.
Yeah, it's a project. It isn't a team that has everything.
It is. It is. It's not perfect as everyone. Well, outside Red Bull, not no team is perfect, but they have to trust in themselves to develop the car.
Yeah. Okay. So that were our constructor
Interesting.
championship.
Are interesting constructors championship predictions.
Yeah. You want to do a recap or not?
Okay.
Okay.
You start, for
Say
example.
okay. I'm going to say it in a list, you know.
Yeah. Say it.
First Red Bull, second McLaren, third Ferrari, fourth Aston Martin, fifth Mercedes, sixth Alpine, seventh Visa Cash App RB, Toro Rosso, eighth Williams, ninth Sauber, and then Haas.
Interesting, at the least. My constructors championship predictions are on first place Red Bull, on second McLaren, third Aston Martin, fourth Mercedes, five Ferrari. On sixth, I've gone for Visa Cash App RB or Toro Rosso for the people. On seventh, I've gone for Alpine. Eighth, Williams. Ninth, Stake F1 Team Kicksoba with that long name. And in 10th, I go for Haas.
Okay, so it's time for a drivers championship. Mine is
It
a crazy
is.
one.
Mine's crazy because I had to be coherent with the constructors championship. So I've gone with very good drivers at the bottom 10 and not so good. Well, they're good, but not expected drivers in the top 10.
Ooh, I like that. I mean, I thought of two championships, one for the one top 10 and below, and then top 10 and above.
Yeah.
And I think I did a pretty good job. So
You wanna start?
okay, number 20, Kevin Magnussen.
Kevin Magnussen.
Yeah, Haas. I don't think they are going to score any points this season, just like they did in 21. So
Well, as we talk about Logan Sargent, I've gone for him in the last place. Just because of what I said, Williams is gonna get those points and that position in the constructors championship because of Albon.
yeah.
I'm
I like your reasoning. I understand it. So
yeah. So if we go to our 19th, I've gone with Joe Wanju.
ooh, I've gone Hulkenberg, just following
Yeah.
the 0 points. So
It makes logic with your predictions.
yeah,
I mean, what can we say about them?
nothing.
No, they're not competitive teams, so it was expected to be in the last places.
Yeah, but I think with Joe that I think he's a good driver, but he doesn't have the car to do it. Not he isn't as good as, I don't know, like Piastri. I mean,
Well,
what I didn't have to. I mean, he isn't as good as Bottas.
yeah.
He's good for a second driver.
I if he has a good team in the future, he could even be a good driver
Yeah,
with consistent points for the team. But right now, I'm not seeing as a very good driver for the. I mean, as you said, second driver is perfectly fine for him, but as a first driver, I still have my doubts.
I think that he isn't going to have the opportunity to do what he can do. I think he's going to
Yeah,
be like a lot of drivers that just weren't enough because they didn't have a lot of opportunities in the sport.
could be, could be. I'm not denying that.
Okay, number 18 for me, Logan Sargent.
Interesting. I've gone with Kevin Magnussen.
Just we changed we changed the drivers.
Yeah, I mean, I put Haas on 10th position in constructors, but not with 0 points. Although they're gonna end up last, I still hope for them to achieve a few points. Not a lot, but I think they're gonna achieve enough points to end up before Joe and Sargent.
I mean, I in my predictions I don't have a place for Haas, for Sauber, for Williams, but sometimes they have drivers that can do it, but in the Haas in the Haas in the Haas perspective, I think that they're going to have a a slow car, a really slow car, and it's no place in my standings for that.
Yeah, I mean,
There aren't any.
for me, Haas and Sauber this season they have to be pessimistic so they don't disappoint themselves.
Yeah.
So 17th, I've gone with Nico Hulkenberg.
And I've gone with Joe.
Yeah, it makes sense. We've changed our drivers.
Yeah. I think we have the same standings, but I put Haas last.
Yeah. The interesting thing is gonna be right when we enter the top 10 because I've done that a very crazy shuffle.
I think I've done a crazy one, and I'm going to give my reasoning. So let's go. Number 16
So
for me, Yuki Tsunoda.
Oh, interesting. I've gone with Valtteri Bottas.
I like that. Yeah.
I mean, it's what we explained on Kevin Magnussen, Nico Hulkenberg, and Joe Guanyu. They're gonna end up last, so the obvious thing is for them to be on the last places of the grid.
I mean, I put Tsunoda because I think that Sobers is going to have not a bad car. I think they are going to have a mid-tier car. So I put Tsunoda there because Bottas for me is not a lot higher, but he is higher.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Toro Rosso isn't going to be a lot of isn't going to be competitive enough.
I'm not so sure about that, to be honest. I've read a lot of tweets and I've probably been affected by their optimism, but I think they'll give us some fun things to see this season.
I hope so. Well, everything that is competition, I like. So
Yeah, it's what we need with Verstappen dominating.
yeah, it's necessary.
You wanna hear my top 15?
I'm scared, so yeah.
Don't be. I've gone with Esteban Ocon.
Okay. I've gone the same, so
Oh, you've gone with Ocon?
see.
Oh, well, nothing to explain, I think. A slow car and a slow performance for them.
The Renault engine isn't going to isn't going to do much. So,
He's not. It's not. It's not gonna do it.
and I've seen some. Right this morning, I've seen some clips of Ocon playing Gran Turismo. Yeah, and I don't want to say anything, but we all know how Ocon defends. So
Yeah. You say nothing, but everything's said.
yeah, there is a need for words.
No, I don't think they're needed.
Okay,
So
my number 14, Valtteri Bottas.
you pronounce it well,
Yeah,
as he wants.
I think
I've
I'm the
gone
only
with
person on this planet that pronounces his name as Valtteri Bottas.
well, aside him and his family,
Yeah.
I think you're the only one. I've gone in 14th with Yuki Tsunoda.
Okay. What's your
Pretty
reasoning?
straightforward. My reasoning,
Yeah, because
I've
I
said it because they're gonna have a mid-tier car, as you said, but they're not gonna end up
yeah,
way up, but
they are a junior
better
team
than they
after all.
did. Yeah, better than they did on the 2023 season. I think they'll end up.
Yeah. Okay.
So 13th, I've gone for Pierre Gasly.
Ooh, I've gone for Daniel Ricciardo.
Interesting. I had a little time of uh, memory loss. I've seen my predictions. Then I said my top 13 was, and then I forgot it, so I had to see it. But yeah, Pierre Gasly, and you've gone for Daniel Ricciardo. Why?
Yeah. I mean, junior team, junior car. It's like wind tunnel time for Red Bull. So I don't think they are going to be much competitive, but sometimes I probably ending the season they are going to have some moments, and I think Ricciardo is going to to perform well at that and at those moments. And one thing I I have a crazy prediction that probably 5 races from the from the end he's going
Yeah.
to go to Red Bull. So that's why.
Oh, well, that's an interesting prediction. We'll talk about that later, but you've dropped it, and
Yeah.
well, it's interesting. So your top 12.
Top 12, Pierre Gasly.
I've switched places with you. I've gone for Daniel Ricciardo. I mean, it's what we already explained. I think
Yeah,
we don't have to say more.
it isn't necessary.
It is not. So if we jump to 11th, I've gone with Lance Stroll.
I'm going with Alex Albon.
Oh, you've put Lance Stroll in the top 10?
Yeah,
Oh.
barely, but yeah.
To be honest, I didn't think you were gonna put that.
I mean,
But
with a competitive car and some days, some splendid days, I think Stroll is going to be. I think he's going to score a podium.
Oh,
Yeah,
you are sure that?
I think so. Because Turkey, Turkey, they changed their name.
Turkey.
2020 and last season at I think it was Saudi Arabia. This was he was going to s- to score a pole if he had the opportunity, if he didn't fail at the last sector. So I think so. I mean,
Interesting
how
prediction at the least.
how I started with Albon and I started talking about the Stroll.
Yeah, well, now we won't have to defend your prediction for Stroll.
Yeah, but I think it's self-explanatory why I put Albon on 11th.
It is with our explanation for the constructors. Most of our predictions in the drivers are pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah,
So it is my
top 10.
turn.
Yeah.
My top 10 is Alexander Albon.
Ooh, Lance Stroll.
I mean, nothing to say for
No,
my part.
not really. Number 9. Here it starts my gamble.
Yeah, so that's for me.
This is the start of the mayhem of of the predictions. Okay, number 9,
It will.
George Russell.
Russell.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm honest with you, I was doubting between putting Russell in my prediction. I was doubting between putting him in this position or in another. But I've gone in the ninth position with Checo Perez.
Ooh.
Yeah, you understand now why I said that it was gonna be a mayhem.
Yeah. I think you have to explain yourself better than I have. So
Yeah, I'm trying to get the words to do it. I think Perez knows that he's under a lot of pressure from Red Bull, and he knows that if he doesn't perform well, he's gonna be replaced very soon. So I think that pressure is gonna pay very expensive for him, and he's gonna make a lot of errors that he otherwise wouldn't have done it. Well, wouldn't have done them, but I don't. I'm not visualizing him as a winner in Saudi Arabia or in Azerbaijan. I think that he's gonna be like a second driver that is outqualified in every race by his teammate,
yeah.
and he's not gonna give the competition in order to get a 1-2 on the on the teams championship. Sorry.
Yeah. I think you're right, but I will put the a driver change, a last a last minute driver change. So I think I'm more crazy than yours. So
Well, mine's interesting. Let's
let's
see and
let's
let's
keep it
continue.
at it, right?
Yeah.
It's time for your
Uh,
number 8.
oh, it's mine.
Yeah.
All right. I've gone, and I was doubting between putting him ninth or eighth. George Russell.
I put Carlos Sainz.
Yeah. I don't know. I was doing my predictions and I had all my positions written except of the 8th and 9th, and I saw that I had left Checo and Russell, and I did well. To be honest, I would put them in a tie because I couldn't decide. So I just put Russell 8th and Checo 9th. But it could be 8 and 9, Checo 8th and Russell 9th. But I didn't do it.
I mean, I stand with what I said earlier with Mercedes. It isn't going to perform well. And Sainz, because it is going to be a fight. It is going to be a fight for the championship. And I assure you that. Well, I don't assure you, but I think so. And
It's what you expect.
if my number 10, I think they are going to be fighting just like 2012. Like there was a championship, not like in 21, because it was last race, last lap.
Yeah, that was super exciting.
Yeah, but I've chose 2012 because there was 6 different race winners at the 6 first races. It was I think it's the best season in F1 history. So I think it is going to happen something like that.
I mean, I think I talk with the wishes of all fans that we would like a 2012 season with
Yeah.
6 different winners, the 6 first races.
And if possible, like a Joker race like in 2020 Monza or 2021 Hungary.
Yeah.
It will be perfect.
Yeah. What we need, actually.
Yeah.
So your 7th.
My 7th, Checo Pérez.
Yeah, a more logic position than mine. I'm done with Charles Leclerc.
I like that. I like that.
I
Really.
think I've put him in the bottom of the top 10. I shouldn't have, but I don't know. I think they're gonna perform bad in some races because of their competitive sense they have on the team right now when with Sainz departure.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that. I understand that Sainz without any team orders, he's going to perform pretty well.
Better than Leclerc.
But I think he's going to perform worse because Leclerc is. It is true that he had a lot of bad luck this season.
He had.
And every season, really. But probably he's going to perform better. I don't know why, but I think so. It's it's something that comes from me, from my insights. So
I think Charles Leclerc has a lot of potential on quali days because he's just it's absolutely incredible how he achieves his poles, but then in the race he has no race pace and no capability to maintain that first place. And that's something I hope he corrects, because if he does that, he's gonna get a lot more wins.
and then if you take Ferrari strategy inside of the equation, it's a lot worse.
Yeah, they have to hire a new strategist. I'm not
Yeah,
saying the current one is bad. I'm just saying on the whole, they have a bad strategy, and I think we can all agree to that.
yeah. I have just right there. I can show you. I have right here. One moment. I have just right here, like a balloon with with Ferrari colors, and one one Halloween, I just made this that Ferrari strategist. I
Right, so after this technical problem I had with my internet connection, I'm sorry, I apologize. We should go to our sixth driver, and I've gone with Carlos Sainz.
I've gone with Lewis Hamilton.
Really?
Yeah, I think they are going to have a car, a competitive car, and I think they are going to be very close to each other. So not a good car. Well, it is going to be good for Bottas or Magnussen, but for the championship, for the battle, I think they are going to have a good car, and in a in a championship where 5 points can mean two two places, I think they are going to be low.
Interesting. I don't think I have to give my reasons with
No,
Carlos
you did
Sainz.
earlier, so
Yeah, so we go to our fifth.
yeah, my fifth last season rookie, Oscar Piastri.
Oh, you've gone fifth with Piastri. I've gone with
Yeah,
Lewis Hamilton.
okay.
As the same, I don't have to give my reasons, I think.
7-time world champion. It's
Yeah.
it's just like that. And Piastri,
So,
I think he's going to have a good car, but due to being his second year, he isn't going to be outperforming Norris.
no, I don't think he will outperform Norris, not this season. But I think
No,
he'll do better than fifth.
I think that he's going to outperform him in a lot of races, and I think they are going to have like a head-to-head battle, a very close one,
Right, all
but
right.
not yet, not yet. So
So, my fourth
okay,
is Piastri.
I've gone with Leclerc.
Yeah. I mean, Piastri, absolutely incredible driver. And McLaren has a lot of luck that he has that driver. Because imagine it goes to Alpine. He wouldn't have been able to develop his full potential. And I think
No,
he'll do that in McLaren.
I think that he's going to be a world champion one day.
Yeah, I think the same. He has
I
the talent and the determination to do it.
I see what you can see on Verstappen on his first season.
Hmm.
It's just like he's a beast in the track, and I think he's going to be one of the best of the history, just like Verstappen
Yeah.
did and Hamilton did, Schumacher, Alonso. All of those have a, a thing in common. Their first seasons, they they looked like they were going to be one of the best.
Yeah. And they did.
Yeah. Well, title wise, I think Alonso is the most underrated, but Probably he's in the equation of the one of the best, right? With
He's
Senna and people and Beast.
he's and I have nothing to add to that. So
Third
I haven't
place.
I've lost the count of what drivers you've said and what you didn't said. But yeah, it's your turn to say your third.
Oof.
I think if I'm right, I think we have the same top three.
Okay. Well,
But
my number 3, just in the podium, Lando Norris.
then I don't have the same. I'm going
Ooh.
with Fernando Alonso.
Okay. I've taken a big gamble with Alonso.
uh, right now, with what you said, I mean, imagine him in both the positions we have left. But
Yeah.
I mean, Fernando Alonso, absolute masterpiece. Every time the cameras focus on him.
Yeah. And when he has a car.
Yeah, that is the thing. If he had the car in in those years and seasons, he didn't. I'm sure we're talking about him as a 5 or 6 or even 7-time world champion.
I think I mean I think he had like he was 15 points away for being a 5-time world champion with 2007, 2010 and 2012. So I think
Oh my god,
it hurts. It hurts.
it hurts. He he has so much potential, and the battle that he's had with teams, it's incredible. Yeah, I can see that.
McLaren Honda.
2019, isn't it?
I think it's 2018. No, yeah, 2019 because they changed from Honda to Renault. So
Yeah.
it's 2019. Okay, your top 2. It's
My top two is,
gives.
and I think you can guess it,
Yeah, I
Lando
think so.
Norris.
Yeah, I thought so. You've gone like a pretty straightforward way, but
Yeah, I mean, the most shuffled part of my predictions are the top 8 to 12, for example, because I've gone there with George Russell, Checo Perez, and all of
yeah,
them. And then above that, it's pretty straightforward with what I said.
I'm going to
I'm
I'm going to
expecting both Verstappen and Alonso.
I'm going to follow my heart. So second, Max Verstappen.
Oh man, I'm really hoping to have that this season. It's
I
practically impossible, but just imagine we have it.
I think that Alonso needs to have his last dance. It
Yeah,
is necessary.
I mean,
If not this year, the following year. He needs to. I don't mean like winning a championship, but I would like a lot. But just being able to be there, so to battle for the championship, I think it is going to be extraordinary, and he needs to.
I hope he does.
The
I
sport
think,
needs to give it to him.
yeah. Do you think Alonso would retire at the end of 2024? He would win the Drivers' Championship as you predicted?
I don't think he's going to do a Rosberg. He loves competing, so
He does. And I'm
If
sure that after he retires in F1, he'll go to other competitions like Dakar, as Carlos Sainz
yeah,
Sr. did.
I hope that if he retires, he goes to endurance or just going for the triple crown. But I don't think he's going to do it because he said that he 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 was scared of Indy 500.
Let's see how he does.
Yeah,
But I'm really hoping that he does very well and he performs very well this season.
yeah,
And dreaming is free.
yeah. And then Verstappen, what can we say about Verstappen?
Nothing to add. I mean,
No,
we talk about him and we'll say it again. The Dutch anthem is gonna be listened a lot of time this season, I think.
yeah, I have it right on my mind, so I hope
Yeah,
we hear the Spanish, the British, even I will like the Finnish one.
the what? You're
Just
expecting Bottas to win a?
I really would want like Monza 2020 or Hungary 2021, as I said earlier. And Bottas, I think he he's a good driver and he needs it.
Yeah, is more or less like you said with Alonso. He needs his last dance and retire of Formula One with being very proud of himself.
Yeah, I want to hear the Monegascan anthem. It's a banger, really.
It
I
is. It
love it.
is.
I love it. And mm, just realistically, I don't think like more than 5 drivers are going to win a race, but I would like my top 10 to win a race. Everyone.
I would, and it would be very incredible
Yeah.
for the both for the sport and both and the fans that Max Verstappen doesn't win until the three last races. Because if he wins the drivers' championship, I would like him not to win on Qatar as he did in
Yeah.
2023, and more in a sprint. I'd like him to decide the championship on, well, Qatar now's the penultimate race, but I would like him to win the championship if he does on the last races, so we have more tension on the races left. Because if not, oh well, Max Verstappen has won the drivers' championship. There's nothing we can fight for.
I mean, uh, uh, Abu Dhabi 21, but with with a battle, not a safety car ending and things like that. I would want a battle for the win on the last race, a battle for the championship. And
Wow, imagine.
if we can have Alonso, Verstappen, and Norris, I want him to be in the battle, and even Leclerc or a four-way battle, as we did with the fourth place last year. I will love that.
I would as well. The
Yeah,
thing is that we don't know who's gonna win, and we have that expectance to see who crosses the checkered flag and who gets it before.
and I would like Ferrari to be very good this season because it would mean that Hamilton is going to be in the battle next year.
I mean, he has gone to Ferrari for a reason, and he
Yeah,
has left Mercedes for a reason.
I think he knows some things that we don't, but I think it's one of the best decisions as as Vettel said, everyone's a Ferrari fan.
Even if they say they are not.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you can see, I have here the Monte Carlo poster with Ferrari.
I have there
And
a balloon with Ferrari
the,
colors.
the balloon. Well, should we give a summary of our prediction on
Okay.
drivers?
Want to do it
Oh,
first?
okay, I'll do it. On the first, I've gone with Max Verstappen. Second, Lando Norris. Third, Fernando Alonso. Fourth, Oscar Piastri. Fifth, Lewis Hamilton. P6, Carlos Sainz. Seventh, I've gone with Charles Leclerc. Eighth, with George Russell. Ninth, with Checo Perez. 10, Alexander Albon. 11th, Lance Stroll. 12th, Daniel Ricciardo. 13th with Pierre Gasly, 14th with Yuki Tsunoda, 15th Esteban Ocon, 16th Valtteri Bottas, 17th Nico Hülkenberg, 18th Kevin Magnussen, 19th Zhou Guanyu, and the last one Logan Sargent.
Okay. I'm going to give my summary. The winner, Alonso. Then Verstappen, Norris, Leclerc, Piastri, Hamilton, Perez, Sainz, Russell, Stroll, Albon, Gasly, Ricciardo, Bottas, Ocon, Tsunoda, Joe, Sargent, and the two Haas, Hülkenberg and Magnussen.
It has been interesting to talk about our predictions with you and today, David.
Yeah. Well, if you have saw everything on the video, thank you so much. It means like a lot of for us. We are starting, and it is.
And we
It
want
is
to say,
well.
say
Talk.
no, that thank you very much if you're watching this video. Make sure to hit the like button. And well, I'm not gonna say those things. I'm just saying subscribe if you want to know more about F1. And if you like it, if you like our content, please support us because we're starting and it would mean a lot to us.
Yeah, we only want you to do things if you want, if you like the content.
Yeah, we're not gonna force anyone to subscribe.
No. Well, thank you so much, and see you in the next video. I hope.
Yeah, we will. Bye.